Hey guys, thanks for catching me live and also for watching the replay. Hello guys, hello. It's LaShanda Henry here, aka Sister Sense. Welcome, welcome. Hi, how are you guys? Jumping on Periscope a little later than I was supposed to today, but I am here as promised. Hello, welcome, welcome. As you know, Sister Sense is all about helping you make sense of making money online. I am here so that you can maintain your momentum. If you are new to me, definitely drop in the comment box NEW. NEW. I got to give the newbie some love, right? So if you're new to me, drop in the comment box NEW. If you've been here before, for those of you who've been here before hanging out with me on Periscope, drop in the comment box fire, 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 because that's what I'm here to help you do. Get focused and fired up. New for the second time. Hello, welcome. Welcome to you. So I'm jumping into my conversation for today. It's a good one. Today I'm talking about testimonials, how to ask for them, how to place them on your website, and some creative ways to use them in ways that you probably are not using them. Try to kind of stretch yourself and think out of the box when it comes to testimonials. Right now, as you may or may not know, I'm doing what I call maintain your momentum. For 31 days, I'm on Periscope every single day sharing digital money and marketing strategies with you guys. Hello, K Knight, welcome. And I see the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the love. So yesterday, we kind of left things off talking about the worst way to sell online and how you can fix that, right? So when I talked about as far as the worst way to sell online, and basically I was kind of giving you guys some strategies as far as don't just kind of put your products up on a website and expect the website to do all the work. We want you to have some movement. We want you to have engagement. We want you to show people what you do, what you know, and give them an opportunity to experience your stuff. Out of that conversation, one of the things we talked about was proof, right? Showing people that your product or service works, that people like it, that people are using it, that you're credible, that people are asking you questions, all of that kind of stuff, that good stuff came up in the conversation. So a few ladies, as part of my Maintain Your Momentum training series, they said to me, well, LaShanda, where do I put testimonials on my website? So I said, okay, well, let's continue this conversation talking about testimonials, okay? So as I'm sure some of you guys know, the traditional place to put testimonials, usually on your website, there are 3 traditional locations, okay? Well, first and foremost, people will put their testimonials on their home page, right? Particularly at the bottom, somewhere on the home page, so they can showcase, you know, what people have been saying about them. So somewhere at the bottom on your home page, that's number 1. Number 2, when it comes to just traditional testimonial placement, there are some people who will just create their own testimonial page, right? So just a page just for testimonials so that they can consistently show that they've got great client conversations and results. So a testimonial page versus having it on your home page. Those are 2 traditional places to go with, right? So let's talk about untraditional. Oh, wait, I forgot the footer. So, you know, the home page, your footer on your website is another one. So while some people will just have it kind of on just the home page, some people will have like a testimonials rotation inside of the footer so that in every single web page, well, on every page of their website, you can see the testimonials at the bottom. You can do that with plugins. In some cases, your in some cases, your theme will have it as well. I've had a couple of clients where they have custom themes and you can add testimonials inside of the footer. So those are some traditional locations. Hey, Melinda, what's up? Welcome, welcome. So y'all, did you start writing already? I didn't see some fires. I said y'all need to drop in fire, 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 because that's what we're about. I see y'all. I know y'all are writing all up in there. Folks get quiet when they get on my scopes. They just like start to take notes. Yes, 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 yes. It's all about that fire right now, right? So I wanted to be able to share some non-traditional solutions when it comes to testimonials, because for some of you, we are here. I know, I see you. I know y'all are here. Quiet, but here. A lot of people know the traditional locations as far as where to put testimonials on the, you can tell I'm about that fire, right? I got the glistening, it's starting. The glistening, it's starting. Driving and listening to me? Okay, be safe. Be safe. It's about that safeness when you're driving and scoping. I want to talk about non-traditional ways, because I always like to think out of the box when it comes to using great content, especially testimonials, right? So one of the things that I like to do with testimonials is to share them in emails. Okay, so emails, non-traditional way of doing things, but it's a great way to have a conversation. So a great example of this is once I sent out an email and the subject header was, "So this happened," right? So it's just kind of like, okay, real life, let me tell you what's going on right now. So real life, I said, you know what, I woke up this morning, I opened my inbox, and there was this amazing message from one of the ladies participating in a boot camp. At the time, I was doing a converting browsers to buyers boot camp, and one of the ladies, she said, you know what, I was burning the midnight oil after our call. I was so excited. I got so many ideas. This is so amazing. And it was just kind of me being floored, not only by her response, but the implementation that she was doing and the strategies that she was immediately putting into place in her business. So I was like, you know, oh my goodness, I wake up this morning just kind of ready to get started, and this happens. I got this great response. If you're interested, if you want to be a part of the boot camp, go here, right? So one of the ways you can use testimonials is just giving people an opportunity to real time see what's going on in your business, right? So it doesn't just have to be just kind of like this stuffy thing when you've got like a couple of photos and some comments and rotation on your website. You want to breathe life into your testimonials, and one way you can do that is to make them a part of your conversation, right? So just kind of real time letting people know, okay, so this is what people are saying about what they're using in my work. It's an example of that, right? I love real life testimonials, which is funny because yesterday, while I was doing the scope, quite a few of the ladies who are currently participating in my Maintain Your Momentum 6-week training were on the call. So Faye and Missy, they were like, oh my God, it's so amazing. You can sign up. You definitely have to sign up. Real-time testimonials are definitely great ways for you to, again, not just kind of have stuffy sitting there testimonials, but opportunities for people to engage with you, right? So, you know, it's always nice when your customers or your clients are actually on a Skype session with you, but there are other ways that you can proactively share what they're doing with others, okay? A great example of that is called What's Working Now. So what you have an opportunity to do is to say with your clients, okay, so based on the work that we've had together, or based on what we've done, based on what I've done for you, what's working? How has it been, right? And whether or not they opt to just give you a message that you can share with the world, or What's Working Now works really great when you can get a couple of your clients together and say, okay, we're going to do a webinar or we're going to do a conference call, and we're just going to talk about your experiences. I've actually seen people do What's Working Now at live events where they bring their clients or customers on stage to talk about the experience, what it's been like working with them, what they've learned, what they've gained, how they were resistant in the beginning, and then they grew over the course of several months or a couple of years, right? So you want to think about for yourself, again, how you can showcase your best clients and customers in a real time, real life way, okay? So the first example I gave you was, you know, when you're getting responses from people, sharing that via email, number one. Number two, if you can get those people together and create kind of like a What's Working Now conversation, that's a great opportunity as well. Like I said, I kind of luck out when my clients are on my scopes and they're talking about the experiences that they have with me, kind of impromptu on the fly. But these are things that you can strategize as well. Hey, welcome, welcome. If you're new to me, again, I am LaShanda Henry, aka Sister Sense, and right now we're talking about testimonials. It's kind of like one of the things that we've been talking about as far as having conversations and reaching people, let people know what you're doing and why it's important, or, you know, why they should work with you, right? You want to get them excited about that process. So Outside of emails, what's working now conversations, let's talk about your blog. Hey, what's up, sweetie? How are you? Burning that midnight oil, I know, right? You've been working hard. It's good to have you on my scope. So, okay, let's talk about that. Let's continue the conversation talking about testimonials. Another great way to use them is to add them to your blog, okay? So some of you who are blogging have gone through this, because I know I get questions and I get comments about this all the time. LaShanda, I'm blogging, but I'm not getting comments. Sometimes people are looking and lurking, but they're not engaging. I know the experience. I know people watch and like read my stuff all the time and they won't comment. They're just kind of like absorbing the information, right? So I'm always about, that's a smart creative idea. Thank you. I'm always about how you make the most of the material you have, okay? Somebody might not see that testimonial in your footer. Maybe they don't see it on your homepage. But if you can make it the focus of your blog and really bring it up, in the front of their face, right? That's a good way to engage, okay? So, for example, you can write a blog post and say, 5 things she absolutely loved about the Blogging for Business Bootcamp. Okay, so that's an opportunity for you to say, well, listen, this was the Blogging for Business actually was a boot camp that I did, this was some of the things that one particular person took away. What I like to personally do is to either put the person's first name or put their initial. This is what this person has said. This is what they've got out of it. And then, of course, reference the actual training that they participated in so that if the person who's reading is interested, they can go and absorb that information, right? So thinking about placing testimonials as just blog posts to let people know this is a snapshot of what I'm doing right now, and this is what people are saying about what I'm doing right now is a great example of how you can use your testimonials. Another way you can use them in your blog is not only just to kind of snapshot the commentary, but also give people an opportunity to see the work. So I've done like quasi-testimonial, quasi-how-to posts. For me, and thank you for sharing, sweetie, I appreciate it. Thank you for the hearts, guys. Got to shout you out for that. For me, when I'm working on a client website, for example, it's a great opportunity for me to teach people based on not only the good things that clients are saying, but the questions that they're asking, right? So I had one client in particular working on her website. She had a lot of questions about making the website mobile friendly. So we put together a beautiful site for her clothing line. And in addition to posting in that article, the testimonials and her questions, really the article was about how to create a mobile-friendly website. I showed snapshot pictures of the site. I showed the questions she had. I integrated the testimonial, her commentary based on her experience working with me. And then, of course, referencing how whoever's reading that, if they wanted me to work on their site, how they could connect with me and communicate with me from there, right? So you have the opportunity when you're working with a client to think about pulling out some of the elements that you've worked on together and then possibly turning that into a how-to or an engaging article and then integrating the testimonials into the conversation of that post, okay? So it's really all about thinking out of the box, again, outside of the traditional ways. I've got like one lonely lock that's like, find a home for me. Outside of those traditional ways, it's all about finding other unique ways to reuse the information, okay? Now, I'm just going to take a power pause for a moment here just to say, again, thank you for the hearts and the love. I'm trying new things on Periscope as I'm sharing new strategies with you, so hopefully some of these things you've not tried before. One of the new things I'm trying is called tip jars. I don't know if you guys are familiar with tip jars, but if you've been enjoying my scopes and you would like to see more of them and you would like to love on Sister Sense, you can certainly share. You can go to tips.sistersense.com if you would like to tip, sister girl, as I continue with my 31 days of scope sessions with you guys. One of the things that people have been asking me, because I've been on Periscope for a couple of months, is, LaShanda, how do you build your following on scopes? How do you monetize your scopes? Actually, I just did a training this week, and I showed the lady how I repurpose my scopes. And I've been talking about the whole tip jars concept. It's relatively new to me, but I figure it's worth a try. So again, you can definitely support the cause. We're taking a power pause for the cause by saving and going to tips.sistersense.com. And for my fellow scopers out there looking for new ways to stretch themselves and monetize their scopes, you might want to consider doing a little bit of research on that topic as well. So, all right, we power pause over, going back into some of these strategies, these non-traditional strategies as far as reusing your testimonials. Another thing that you can do with your testimonials is to think about how you can proactively use them across social media pages, okay? So social media is a great way for you to just take snapshots of what's going on and say, here, oh my goodness, this is what my client just sent me. This is what my client just said. I actually was on Facebook, and one of the awesome entrepreneurial mentors in my circle, she Facebooked and she was like, oh my God, my client just got this amazing opportunity. I'm so proud of her. And she posted like a snapshot, right? So, and the client was just saying, you know, I couldn't have done this without you. You're so amazing. These are all great opportunities to engage, right? We're living in a social media age, so that when you get positive responses, feel free to tweet them and share them. I mean, provided there are certain things, if you feel like they're a little bit private, you probably don't want to put those in there, or maybe you want to blur those out. But it's certainly something that you can do. As a matter of fact, just before I jumped onto this session, one of my awesome ladies, Travel with Eva the Diva, she texted me a photo of her and her new Sister Sense CD. Well, Sister Sense, in that she used Sister Sense strategies to develop her own brand CD, and I helped her customize the cover and put it together. She's a part of my Maintain Your Momentum training series. So she sent me a photo of her and the CD, and I was like, oh my God, yay! All my ladies are sending me the photos that they have. So you want to think about testimonials, not just as far as where you can put them, but what you classify as a testimonial, right? It's not just people sending you an email and saying, oh my God, you were so great, right? It's people sending you questions and saying, oh my God, I see you as a value to me. Please respond to the question. And you being able to respond to the question, I love to share those. It's also people sending you photos and you being able to post those photos, right? So you want to think about for yourself. Remember yesterday I was asking you guys about what do you do as far as your marketing is concerned, and how you need to avoid the worst kind of marketing when it comes to sales. I said, when was the last time you ... right? So when was the last time you shared an experience, a positive experience that you've had with a client? Or you said, you know what, one of my clients had this question, I gave them the response, maybe you guys want the response as well. And, you know, putting that out there to a larger audience, whether it be on your blog or via social media. I oftentimes will see, and even myself, I'll say, oh my God, you know, one of my clients is about to come out to an event and she's so excited, she registered, she's ready to rock. Are you ready to go, right? So when you can show other people are attaching themselves to you, whether they're using your products or your services, or they're coming out to your events, or they're asking you questions. You want to be able to show that and share that. Look, Eva just came on. Eva, I was just telling folks that you texted me. You texted me the CD, and you just popped it just after I was talking about you. But that's something that you want to be able to share. It's something that you want to be proud of. And I think that it's an opportunity for you to engage, right? So thinking out of a box is great, and just kind of being proactive about having conversations with the clients and customers that you have is important. You know, it's funny, as I see you on, Eva, I remembered last year, Eva's one of my OGs. Every time I have a Power Circle event at the beginning of the year in January here in North Carolina, she comes out and rocks out, which is great. At some point last year, Eva sent me an email and said, you know what, LaShanda? because I participated in your January event and you had all these great recommendations as far as blogging, I blogged about this company and now I've got this all expense paid trip to go to Italy because I blogged about the company, and thanks you so much for the great ideas. And I was like, oh my God, wow, that's amazing. Being able to say, yes, blogging for business does work. Yes, being proactive about talking about what's going on in your industry does work. It gets you noticed. It gets you credibility. It gets you PR. And in that case with Eva, she got a trip, an all expense trip to go to Italy, which is absolutely amazing, right? So you want to be able to consistently converse with your audience, have conversations with them. Yes, it does. It's awesome to have you here, Eva. And make sure that you're being, again, creative when it comes to the testimonials that you have. So while this is not on my list, I was just verbally just letting you guys know some experiences, some examples that I've had with clients, and just kind of having Eva pop on, that particular example popped into my head. So I verbally shared it with you. You want to be able to think about the things that you've done with your clients as ongoing testimonials for you, right? So that when you're having conversations with other people, you can say, oh, this reminds me of something I did for ... and be able to bring that into the conversation. You want to think about how often you're doing that, because you've got silent. I consider them to kind of be like silent testimonials. Because while you may not be saying, okay, this is what the person said to me, just kind of referencing things that you've done for other people. And again, the good experiences that you had is a smart way. It's a smart way to integrate those experiences into your real-time conversations on a daily basis. Take some time to kind of remind yourself that you've got to do that, but it's certainly worth doing. Of course, last but not least for me, when it comes to using the web, using social media, is video, right? So whether you are taking clips or verbal testimonials or photo examples of work, again, that you've done for your clients and customers, and integrate them into videos that you do, also a very smart way of using it. You can even voice over, right? You read out some testimonials that you've gotten and read them out inside of your videos, just kind of making sure that, again, you're not just kind of waiting or leaving it up to people to see your stuff on the web, on your web page, but you're proactively integrating your testimonials into other parts of your conversation. Okay, so we talked about emails, your blogs, having what's working now conversations, verbalizing experiences with testimonials, using or integrating photos and testimonials on your social pages as proof, as well as integrating those pieces into videos, all smart ways to market. Now, the last thing I will say is this. Those were kind of examples, non-traditional examples of how to use it, but how do you ask for it, right? How do you ask for testimonials? A couple of things that I have done in the past is, one, when I work with clients, and I don't do this for every single client, but there are just sometimes when you work with a client and you're just like, can I marry you? Can you be my next bae? Like, we just had such fun together. It was just a great experience, right? So, I'll proactively say, I'm just curious because we had a great time thus far. If you could just send me a follow-up, let me know what you thought about the experience. All criticism is good criticism, and more often than not, they will engage, they will share with me, and you want to be able to make sure that whether it be at the end of the experience or even in the middle of the experience, to check in and say, well, what are you thinking so far? How are you liking the experience? Was there anything that you would like to change? Or, what do you feel about what we're doing right now? That interaction is a good way to just get feedback on an ongoing basis, which I think is important. That's via email. Now, for my mastermind, the ladies who are always participating in my mastermind, after my trainings, I'll have conversations in our private Facebook community. And I'll say, okay, well, here are a couple of things that we've been able to accomplish thus far. Where are you? What have you done? What do you like about the program? What have you been able to take away from the program? And in the Facebook community, it's one of the best places where I find people are engaged. They leave commentary. And I love that on Facebook in particular, you can ask a question and say, okay, like a poll, and give them different responses, little surveys. Just a really great place to get that feedback. So when I'm doing activities and trainings, I always am proactive about asking ladies in the mastermind what they thought. And even when people come out to my events live, I'm very big on video. So being able to do opportunities where the ladies can physically be on the camera and talk about their experience being at my live event, as well as having a closing activity, a closing recap. So we talk about the experience they had and what they're looking to do next. All opportunities to get live on camera testimonials. So you want to think about, are you being conscious of when people are leaving or the middle point of your conversation, so that you can consciously say, can I get a testimonial? Or what did you think of the experience so far? That has to be a part of the conversation. It can't be an afterthought. So you want to think about how proactive you are about making that a part of the conversation. And then, of course, I'm very big on automation. So when people participate in, for example, if they sign up for something on my website, if you go to sistersense.com and you see that free tab and you sign up to watch my 90-minute free video, for example, on how to do what you love and love what you do. Hey, what's up? Welcome, welcome. You sign up to that, you watch the video, and in about 3 days, I follow up with you and I'll say, okay, well, how was the video? What did you think of the video? And I have so many amazing testimonials from people saying, oh my God, I was taking so many notes. It was so great. I can't wait to work with you, just from a simple follow-up in an autoresponder. So once they actually partook in that activity, just saying, okay, I'm checking in with you to see how you are and what you thought, right? But I made that a part of the conversation, and then I automated it so that I wouldn't forget. Because for me, there's so many people who opt in and watch the fit trainings. It's almost impossible for me to go and manually, every time somebody watches the training, know, okay, it's been 3 days since Felicia watched the video. Let me say, hey, how you doing? What you thought, right? So making that process automated, and in that process asking for their responses definitely is a good way to go. So those are some recommendations as far as how you can ask for testimonials, place them on your website, and proactively use them in your marketing. Like I said, if you are enjoying my scopes, you can definitely show Sister Sense some love. Got my love t-shirt on today, right? You can show Sister Sense some love. Feel free to check out my tip jar over at tips.sistersense.com if you want to share some love, support this cause, and see Sister Sense on Periscope World all day, every day. If you guys have questions from me, other questions that you would like me to answer on my scope sessions, feel free to email me, lhenry@sistersense.com. As I mentioned before, Maintain Your Momentum is 31 days of me sharing my digital marketing and sales strategies with you based on what I do in my business as a web designer and mentor to other web entrepreneurs online. So I certainly love getting your questions. I integrate them into the sessions that I'm doing, as well as talk about them inside of my 6-week training, Maintain Your Momentum. So special shout outs to Faye and Cynthia for asking me about testimonials. I do appreciate. Hey, heavy lover, you're just checking in with me and I'm about to wrap up. Faye and Cynthia, I do appreciate the smart questions that you guys have been asking. Continue to ask them, and I will continue to integrate them. Yes, definitely catch the replay. You've got 24 hours to catch it here on Periscope. And for those of you who have been missing my sessions, you can access actually all 31 days of my daily Maintain Your Momentum Periscope sessions as a bonus if you sign up for my 6-week training of Maintain Your Momentum. I'm talking about the different things that I do to launch products, smart marketing, affiliate marketing, putting together my upcoming CD, my next brand CD, working on my 90-day blog challenge, blogging for business. I'm very big on that. So all the different strategies that I use when I launch, these are things that I share inside of Maintain Your Momentum. And if you haven't registered, but you're curious, you can certainly take a look at now.sistersense.com. Just know that in a couple of days, registration will officially close. So it's kind of a now or never sort of situation if you want to participate in my accountability calls, which we do every week, along with live webinars and the Periscope replays as a bonus. All right. So again, thank you so much for checking in with me. Go and check out the 6-week training over at now.sistersense.com. And I'll see you guys back here in Periscope World tomorrow. Bye.